Well, this is Senator Alma Heyliger. My response to the State of the Territory address, while I appreciate the governor sharing with us some positives, such as, where our stance is as it relates to tourism, I think if those increased numbers could translate into tourism dollars to assist the people of the territory, I think that would be a positive thing. So that will remain to be seen. But I think his overall message, he had a very large disconnect with the message and sharing some of the necessary solutions. I think it's one thing for the governor to come and say that he's going to fix something, but he didn't share how. For example, he talked a little bit about the sewage running through the streets in the territory, and he spoke about we're going to fix it. But what exactly was the pathway to fix it? Sometimes people just want a little bit of something to hold on to say that, hey, this is the direction we're going to be going in, and that could at least give them something to grab onto while we're going through the process. And I think that's where, in my opinion, he missed the mark in several areas.
What do you see the next step for the legislature following tonight's the territory address, and what may have been missed, what you as a senator can help bring forward?
Well, he spoke about us giving monies or reappropriating monies to help pay for retro. To be honest with you, I was a little bit offended by that. The legislature of the Virgin Islands on 2 occasions in the budget made sure that retro was set aside to be paid. It was this administration that chose to take the bulk of the money and spend it elsewhere. And for you to come into the legislature and say, hey, you guys want to spend $20 million to build a gym, why don't we take that money and pay retro? What out of the settlement monies, what he is failing to tell the public is a lot of those settlement monies were earmarked specifically for things. So even if the legislature put them into law, they were negotiated that way. We had to spend X amount of dollars for senior citizen facilities. We had to spend X amount of dollars on mental health facilities. We had to spend X amount of dollars on building social activity locations. So it wasn't that we just willy-nilly took the money and just said, let we just spend it. These things were actually negotiated in the settlement that we had to now translate it in law to guarantee that the monies were spent. Now, we did have some funding open up, about $50 million, but we did things like grants so that business owners could get some assistance with some of those fundings, and we did do other things with some of the $50 million. But I really don't think for him to try to come now and say, when he had control of the ARPA funds, and he talked about all the different programs that some of the monies were split up amongst, but as a legislature we took the time out to really go through those settlement dollars for example, the Epstein monies, etc., and we made some very sound decisions, and I think we should stick to them, and not because you fumbled the ball and spent monies that was already allotted for retro, you want to come dump it back on the legislature again.
All right, what can we look forward to seeing from your, what's on your desk, what's in your plans and agenda? Working on 2025?
I will be tackling quite a bit. I plan on tackling the judicial system in regards to seeing how we could try to get some of the processes cleaned up so that more probate and other settlements could happen within our system. I will be continuing to work on the abandoned and derelict properties bill that I started off within the 35th legislature. Hopefully we could get that wrapped up in this term. I have a slew of bills dealing with housing in regards to accessory dwelling units as well as tiny homes, and really trying to resize the footprint of land here in the territory so you could build more with what you do have. So those are some of the things that I want to focus on this particular go around, and hopefully it'll help better the lives of the people of the territory.